be able to live the life of luxury, of rich, having, people make money for us.
I know, that's my dream.
I know.
I tell you what, as long as these two are here
That's called Social Security.
Right.
Because they spent all the money already that I deposited. I mean, that's gone.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And
Social Security is kind of like, when your rent's already gone, when you get your paycheck kind of thing. Yeah. We're talking 20 years ahead of time with us. I was reading Plunder and Deceit last night.
Oh, right.
We might as well all just kill ourselves because we're done. Are we recording?
We are recording, yeah.
Oh, well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Lovettsville 201 AO. Liberty Radio, 45 minutes to an hour.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm Darcy Shaka.
And I'm Warner Workman. I am the owner of Minuteman Arms, and you're the owner of?
Lovettsville Style and Shave.
Lovettsville Style and Shave. So I screwed up last week, despite being a research scientist and engineer and all-around funny guy. The video crept out last week. And so we had great stuff. We spent a full hour
It was really
bashing Hilliary Clinton. And the thing was, it wasn't even really bashing. We would just say, hey,
how
Hillary...
about this and how about that?
Yeah,
Nobody cares about this and that.
No, absolutely. It was like, hey, maybe Hillary wasn't under sniper fire that one time when she flew into Bosnia. So that's my sign for the day. Right, Hillary. So for y'all that don't know, right,
It never happened.
I have a sign in front of my store, and there's 3 lines of text, and each line can contain 10 letters. And so I have the top line is Hilliary with a L-I-A-R. Right? The second line is lied about. And then from now through the election day, I'm going to put Hillary's lie of the day. No. It'll run through her first term. And I'll never repeat.
Benghazi.
Yeah, but today's Hillary's lie of the day is her being under sniper fire, right? So in Bosnia.
Well, that's an old lie.
No, I know, but it's a goodie.
It is a goodie
because there's so much video evidence to the contrary. Right, you'd have thought she'd have come in on a black stealth helicopter and had body armor and a helmet, like a little defense shield or something. No. There's like a party there. There's kids there. Her daughter's there. Her daughter's there. What kind of nut job brings your daughter to a sniper fire area, right? So she's lying. It's insane.
The problem is the public doesn't care. We want you to care. It's why we're telling you.
I know.
They don't care that 33,000 emails were sent out on the whole world.
And here's the funny thing. So normally when you just hit the little delete button on your computer, it really doesn't delete it and people can retrieve it, right? So she deleted all those emails. But she just didn't delete it. She deleted with extreme prejudice, right? So there's a little software program in there called BleachBit. Right, and not in your computer, but you download it, right? Okay. BleachBit, and it's meant to forensically delete files off your system.
So she downloaded that?
Oh, she downloaded that. Yeah, I mean, she had her little people do it, right? I mean, she doesn't do anything, right? Because she has a hard time walking anymore because she's tripping and falling all the time.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that too.
No, absolutely, right. And so they maliciously and deliberately bleached it as to prevent recovery by people who may care. And those people may be forensics, entities within law enforcement agencies.
But the thing is, they know about stuff like that. No. If you saw BleachBit or whatever it's called on your computer, would you not be like, why do you need this?
Oh, absolutely, right.
I mean, the thing is she doesn't even care anymore that she lies. Yeah. They don't even care that they blatantly go through a red light. I mean, they just do it. It's almost like because they can. They have permission now because no one's stopping them.
If she professed to be an alien from outer space, everybody on the left would say, great, we're getting a woman, an American, and an alien. She's a triple threat girl, right?
But yet they don't really want to care about gender, although all of a sudden her being the first woman, being a woman was a big deal, when really you don't go into the bathroom and say you're a woman because somebody might take offense to that, but not if you're Hillary Clinton, because now all of a sudden it's a
But actually she could be though the first transgendered president, right?
She might be, the
because sometimes absolutely, right. Because I've been starting to wonder.
I don't even want to wonder. Let me just say that.
Michelle Obama, right? I think they got a thing going on. I should break into that song.
Did you just say bummer instead of a
bummer. Oh, I've never actually used his name, right, willingly, right? I had to do it sometimes.
Even Chris Plant, what does he come up with? He's just like you. He has this play on words for everything.
No, absolutely, yeah. Well, if the women don't find you handsome, they might as well find you humorous.
Right.
So that's my motto.
Yeah. Is it working for you?
I don't know. Fortunately, I got a long-term wife, right? So that's a good thing. Right? So
she must have.
I locked her in when she was, more naive, right?
Yeah, and as she's grown over the years.
Yeah, we got a lifetime contract on her, so she can get out of it, right? It's death till we part. But I'm the one that's got all the life insurance. I haven't figured that out yet, right? So I got like $2 on her, but I got a bazillion on me,
you,
right?
Yeah.
So I'll be sleeping in the middle of the night and I'll open one eye every once in a while.
Well, if your life was Hilliary,
she had the pillow on me. She had that plastic pillow on her.
You're terrible.
It vibrates. It smother you and it vibrates.
Wait till she
get a facial massage, right?
What's your wife's name now?
Lana.
Believe me.
And she does watch these. As soon as I post them, she watches them when we go to bed. Right?
That's hilarious.
No, absolutely.
Lana, this one's dedicated to you.
This show's for you. She can't get enough of my humor. No, actually, she looks for recycled material. So she gives me a score at the end of one of these things. She says, it's about 10% original content. You're going to have to find more stuff.
Right.
So, but anyway.
That's great.
No, she's great that she sort of even remotely tolerates.
How long have you been married now?
29 years, September 1st, so just a few days away.
Really?
Yeah.
And how old were you when you got married to Lana?
Mental age or maturity level? I must have been 25.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm going to be 54.
That's pretty young.
I'll be 54 in 2 days. I'll be 54.
Really?
No,
well, happy birthday to you.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Right?
See, you're just a few years ahead of me. Is she younger than you?
No, she's older.
You married an
See, I like to bust her chops, right? Because she was born in June, about 6 weeks, before me. So I always tell her
6
she's
weeks
older, right? And then as soon as she hits that 1 year older, I just bust her chops about it. It bugs the heck out of her. Only 6 weeks. I say, hey, listen, 54 minus 53 is 1, right? She's 54, I'm 53. That's 1, right? So,
Lana, you're a good woman. That's all I can say. Oh, okay. So what are we talking about here this week?
Well, there was.
Because thankfully the world has been quiet, which I've been loving.
It has, right?
Can we just knock on wood here?
We finally, got out of the mode of killing police officers.
Right.
Right.
Can we keep it that way?
Yeah, and we haven't had. We've gone like a whole week without a riot.
I know. And where's Trump been speaking? Let's talk.
He was in Purcell. Well, no, Pence was in Purcellville the other day. But he was down in Florida.
He was in Fredericksburg last weekend. Or was that Saturday?
It was Saturday. I actually had a friend of mine win. He said it was just outstanding. Lots of people.
Right. Somebody said on the, I'm always listening to the radio for 5 minutes in the morning, WMAL. Ann Coulter, I think it was her.
Yeah.
Is it Ann Coulter or Katie McFarland? Anyway, one of those said it was the speech they've been waiting for, a presidential speech. Wasn't covered at all.
No, absolutely. On the news. Well, the funny thing is, Trump, anytime he tweets, he always uses the term crooked Hillary.
Right.
So the press now refused to put the word crooked when they quote his tweet. So they don't even blank it out like, some dirty word.
Right.
Right? It's not like you said, that bitch Hillary.
So they're editing his tweets.
They're editing his tweets because they don't want to propagate the concept that she's crooked.
Thus, they're crooked too, and it's a crooked world.
Oh, it's insane, right?
It is insane. It is. Yeah. We are so deep heading down the Banana Republic Highway.
Yeah.
I just don't even know what to think.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we can't, peel out of it. So.
Well, like you said, what, ballot or bullet?
Bullets. It was 1 if by ballot, 2 if by bullet was my article. Now I turned in an article day, so I turn them in every Sunday night, basically.
Okay.
And then they're published on Friday, right? And this week, in an amazing thing, I was writing away, right? Because 9/11's coming up. So I thought I would get a jump on it and actually publish a 9/11 article 1 week before everybody else is going to do it. Because,
Okay.
9/11 is all going to be full of that kind of stuff,
Exactly,
right? And people
yeah.
aren't going to necessarily, really care what I say, right? But
Yes,
what I did, I had so much material, I asked our little editor, who I've actually never met, but I really like her because she publishes me, right?
Thus, she's my friend. It's easy to be Laura's friend.
So, but I had so much material in there. I said, "Hey, listen, I'd really like to make this part 1 and part 2."
Oh, okay.
Right.
Good idea.
And so sure enough, and the name of the article I'm not going to say yet because you'll read it on Friday. I like the surprise, right? But yeah, this week is the first half. So for clarity, I was a first responder.
I was just going to ask you about that. Okay.
And I talk about it, but I really don't talk about the 9/11 part, right? Everybody's doing it, right? Everybody knows what happened. Everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just a regurgitation of the same thing, right? So what I have in there is I have 3 stories, 3 observations, right, that I made while I was down at Ground Zero.
Okay.
Right. And they're just sort of off the wall observations, but they're actually pretty good. I think.
And you're not going to tell us what they are right now?
No, you got to read the paper because I'm trying to drum up support for them. Right?
Okay.
And I have a bunch of original photographs as well that I took while I was down there, and so I sent them to the editor and I said, if you want if you want to publish any of these pictures, you can do it, no charge. I told her, I said I'll take the same pay I get for writing the article. Which is 0.
You're a giver, buddy.
No,
That's why I
absolutely,
like
right?
it.
So, but anyway, I don't know if they're going to do it, but it is in fact pictures that functionally have never been published before.
Right.
From ground zero. I was right there, and then some of them were just the heavy machinery that was taking debris out, and some fire trucks, and there was actually a little basket that went on a crane that I would get in, and as weird as this sounds, hover and be lowered down over the site.
So what was your role? What was your job exactly?
I was, I was, functionally, well, so we were looking for stuff that may have survived. The building implosion, right? Mm-hmm. So I wasn't working 1 or 2, even though I did some, not much, but I worked mainly, I think it was either WTC 5 or 7, I always forget what the number was, but it was one of the other buildings that had collapsed, and thankfully, everybody in that building got out before the building collapsed. It wasn't as tall. It was like 30 stories tall instead of, everybody, right?
Yeah.
But, I definitely encourage people to read it. Again, it's just an observation, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I sort of like to do, is just observe the world around me and things that most people, wouldn't necessarily pick up on or whatever.
Right.
So, but anyway.
When did you get there? How soon?
So I got there on 9/13.
Okay.
Yeah, so I it was 2 days later, right? And so
and your job sent you there?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like ex-CIA guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're never sure what you are, but anyway. Okay.
No, absolutely, right. Actually, I'm just delusional. Yeah,
right.
I was in a mental institution.
I'm sure your fans on the other side, that's probably what you would say.
Yeah. No,
if you were speaking, there'd probably be a riot, and it would be your fault.
Yeah, the bottom line is, the U.S. government, right, needed, to reestablish a lot of capabilities, and I just helped out along with. I worked alongside, FBI agents and. A bunch of other people. I can't remember. I just remember I wore, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Not to make light of it, but I wore an FBI jacket.
That is cool.
No, it was just sort of neat.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of an honor.
No, I agree. Absolutely, right? But I worked the quote-unquote graveyard shift, 14 hours. We'd go in at 5 and get off at 7.
5 p.m. to 7 a.m.
5 p.m. to 7 a.m. So it took us about 30 minutes to get down there, even though we had just a couple of blocks. We had to go through security and a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
But,
wow.
And then we spent 12 hours.
So have you been to the memorial?
I did go one time. I didn't go back up to New York City for about 10 years. But I'll be honest with you, I really, 15 years later, and I talk about this in my article, right? Mm-hmm. 15 years later, it's still a very, sort of an emotional thing.
I bet, especially if you were there.
Yeah, I got to tread lightly when I, start talking about it, because otherwise I'll be, I'll be all, teary-eyed.
Yeah,
It's tough. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to wrap your brain around.
Yeah. Well, and I've met a lot of, like World War II vets, right? Especially those guys, right? Who, they're in their 80s now, right?
Yeah.
They're dying at a rate of a bazillion a day,
Yeah.
And, anytime, a lot of them, anytime, they can't even talk about it.
Right.
We're talking, dang, 70 years later, right? The war was over 71 years ago. 45, this is 16, right?
If that's about as traumatic as it gets, though.
No, I know. Yeah, you just can't. And I saw nothing, at the 9/11 as compared to some of these guys. It's still an emotional thing, right? The reality is, it was the first time our nation, our states, United States, had been attacked by a foreign power since 1812.
Wow.
Right. So Hawaii was not a state. When the Japanese bombed, and
you didn't really ever think about that statistic.
No, absolutely, and that was 200 and whatever 5 years, whatever, 4 years, right?
Wow.
And so that's a lot of why that was important. This isolation that the United States proper has sort of enjoyed for almost our entire existence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now was. That bubble was pierced, with an agent of a foreign power, which is obviously. Okay.
So speaking of that and 9/11, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So we're blaming that on Al Qaeda, is that correct?
Yeah.
So is ISIS now Al Qaeda, or is Al Qaeda now ISIS?
Well, they are separate groups, but one is just a spawn of the other, right? Al Qaeda.
So ISIS grew out of Al Qaeda?
Well, not really. ISIS grew out of just a lot of mishmash in the Middle East, right? But a lot of it has to do with the destabilization that Hillary Clinton did in both Libya and Syria.
Yeah.
And Obama's just total pullout of troops in Iraq
when he first took office.
So he just
basically led them to the breeding ground of.
Yeah, nature abhors a vacuum. Hates a vacuum.
Right.
And so, when we left, the reality was it was filled in with, very, very bad and evil people. And since they had the freedom to operate, right, they grew.
We weren't there to stop them anymore, to police.
They ride around in our tanks and our Humvees and all this stuff.
See, that is. How do you leave a place illegal? Yes.
I don't know.
Who does that?
That's
like going somewhere or like leaving your house behind and not selling it and just giving it to somebody.
I know. And what I want to do is the next time the United States pulls out of a country, hopefully it's not during wartime, when the GI standing next to the Humvee, I'm going to say, hey, are you done with this? Can I have this? Because I want one.
Seriously.
Hell is better than just giving it to somebody that's just going to kill us with it.
Yeah, it's like, here, you can have this and turn around and kill us with it.
Yeah. I may have a hard time getting it back over here if it's overseas.
I just can't believe, as smart as we are, we would do that. That makes.
I know. Yeah, we do the dumbest thing. When Obama pulled out. I normally say, butthead, but this is a family show.
Daytime television.
When he pulled out, he didn't even bother to turn off the light. He just left everything, and so we had bazillion rounds of ammo and guns. All kinds of stuff.
It's just like such a half-cocked way to do things.
Oh, it's arming. I think it was planned. To be honest with you, I think it was Obama's plan to arm, the very people who want to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is that? How do we answer that question? Why in the world would you be the president of a country that you're trying to destroy from within?
Because he's an evil, wicked person?
Yeah.
Is this a trick question?
No.
Is there any other answer?
No. Because you just can't even, there's nothing that adds up.
He so wants to be loved by the Muslims. Right. Remember when he first got into, when he started his reign of error. Reign of error. Right. First thing he did is he went over to the Middle East. It was his apology tour.
The apology tour.
Yeah. No, he just trashed America, how evil we were, and how
we're so sorry for everything we've ever done.
And that's worked out so well for us.
Right. So they just come here. Oh, well, we're free to blast them now.
So that wasn't good enough. Now he just floods our nation with people hell bent on. Installing.
Not assimilating, but
no, absolutely. It's an invasion force, right? To fundamentally transform America. So we'll go from a constitutional democracy with liberty and freedoms to Sharia law.
Yeah.
What do you look like in a burqa? See, I will say, I think one of the reasons liberal women like the idea of Sharia law, because they can all wear burqas, right? So they don't have to shave their armpits, shave their legs. And the reality is, there are very few good-looking liberals. So they're all the same, right? So yeah, I mean, like, let's look on the right. You got Ann Coulter. You got all these women who are, fairly attractive.
Well, look
right?
at Megyn Kelly.
And Megyn Kelly, right? She's sort of in the middle. But I mean, who do we got on the left? We got Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Elizabeth Warren.
We got Elizabeth Warren, right? We got Hillary Clinton. We got Pocahontas. Oh, that is Elizabeth.
That is Elizabeth.
That is, and we got who's the girl with the frizzy hair? She looks like a Medusa. Used to be head of the DNC. What was her name? Insanity is what her
what it should be.
Yeah. So I mean, none of them are good looking. So I think they go like, hey, a burqa is an improvement.
We can cover it all up.
Absolutely, man. You can let yourself go. You can eat more donuts.
But
you think that's
eat more donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is coming in, I think. I don't know.
Where?
But over there.
Really?
Well, hopefully.
No way, man. There's not enough people here.
For Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, well, they going to make 2 dozen donuts a day? That's 7-Eleven still got donuts left over in the afternoon.
Well, you know what? You got a good point there. I don't know.
Yeah,
but they have coffee.
If they do, that won't last for long.
Back to the burqa thing. I mean, I'm all about culture. I love diversity and culture.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to come over and take over my world.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't care if they wear...
You know what's funny about that? Yeah, they have a problem when they say we go over and take over their world.
Right.
So why is it okay for them to come over and take over our world?
Yeah. I couldn't care less what
guilty,
they wear.
human, whatever they're guilty for, I don't know.
Don't make everybody else wear.
Well, yeah.
Especially at the beach, man. Why go to the beach? Why would a guy ever go to the beach if all you're going to see is Burkaville?
Well, and who's going to wear a burqa at the beach?
Muslims.
Well, they will, but you think our people are going to?
No, I hope not. It's one of the benefits of going to the beach.
They'll pass out because it's too freaking hot.
Yeah. Because I've been to the beaches down in, we just had the Olympics, right? So, I've been down to the beaches in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah,
I've been there about half. It's a crap hole. And here's the thing.
Even the beach is a crap hole, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's just it's just a filthy, nasty place, right? Now, we're not even talking about the water. We're just talking about the beach.
Really?
God forbid you actually walk there barefooted, man.
Really? What are you going to step on?
Anything, man. They got so much crap in there.
Seriously?
Glass. I mean, there's partying and all this stuff.
So why would people vacation there?
I don't know.
You know why? It's that song, Ipanema.
Can you sing it?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the Barry Manilow.
That one.
Koopa. Yeah. So the thing about where was I going?
I don't know.
I'm so easily distracted.
See, that's why we're going to get fired before we get started.
Yeah, no. I know what I was going to say was, so here's the reality. All people on TV land, right? So there's only about maybe 2% of the population, period. Right?
Yeah.
That should show up in anywhere on the planet. I don't care. Even in the shower by themselves should show up scantily clad. Right? Because
2% of the population, you think?
At best.
Right.
At best.
Man, you got some tough standards.
No, absolutely. Well, because I've been to Copacabana and the Ipanema.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Are they nude beaches?
They're not nude, but I don't know what's left to the imagination.
Oh, really?
The funny thing is, if you actually go like topless or with nothing, right? They actually think you're just low class trash, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, what they're wearing down there, I'm going like,
why bother?
What the hell's the difference?
Really?
Yeah. And so, but anyway, it's not, you think you're like, ooh, go like a guy. It's like, no. Look away.
Yeah.
No, it's a hideous thing. I saw a woman one time.
That's because you're not a perv, Warren. Okay.
I know, yeah. This was 25 years ago. 25 years ago. I was living in Panama. I saw a woman who looked like she was 12 months pregnant because she was huge. Right, I thought a whale had washed up on the beach. But anyway, she was laying and she was, quote unquote, topless.
If you were Trump, you would just be. This would be all over tomorrow morning. You're done. Okay, you're done.
Yeah, she was topless on the beach, which again to them they're it's low class, right? But
in Rio, anyway, that's low class.
To be topless.
What is it in Europe? Because in Europe, that's like normal.
Oh, yeah. But and trust me, that was so incredibly unappealing to have this woman that pregnant on her back on the beach getting a tan. It was really, I mean, I'm still taking medicine to try to feel it. It is a sight that, I wake up in the middle of the night, flashbacks. It was such a hideous thing, right? I thought it was like porpoise had washed up. I was trying to push her out in the water. I was dumping water on her, because, it was terrible. And she had been out there a while. She was like all oiled up and stuff, and I'm thinking like, damn, she's going to fry at some point, right? You're just going to hear the little dingle, ding, I'm done. The little timer.
Wow.
It was a hideous event.
Ooh, you're keeping me up, Warner.
Anyway, so enough about Ipanema.
Yeah.
So let's finish talking about...
So what Hilliary on the beach? No.
Oh, gosh. I do need an ice pick for that.
An ice pick.
To the lobotomy thing.
Oh, don't ruin yourself over that one. Oh, boy. What do you think the Kennedys would think of this today? If any of them, those poor people, were alive? They just had the most tragic death.
Well...
How come that can't happen to them?
I know. Well, the one goal was people had always hoped that Hilliary had dated Ted Kennedy.
Versus.
Well, the reason was because Ted Kennedy drove that car off and that woman drowned in that car, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
See, there's been so many.
Oh, I know, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, and I didn't realize this, I didn't put two and two together in this, and I hope. I believe it, but it's just because it sounds plausible. But
right.
Apparently JFK Jr. was going to run for Senate or whatever up in New York. Mm-hmm. And then, Hillary goes, I think I want to run. 2 days later, he's dead.
In the plane?
In the plane.
Yeah, but that.
And then she ran. Right? So again, there's all these people, these friends of FOH, Friends of Hillary, right? Or FOC, Friends of Clinton, right?
That's better. You got to be careful.
We just got to pronounce it really clear. But you got all these people around her, just dying. I mean, it's just jeez. Right?
It's totally scary.
No, absolutely, man. It's like the angel of death that passes before.
You don't agree with me. You don't even act like you agree with me.
Yeah. Did you hear about Weiner today? What's his name?
Whatever happened to him?
Oh, well, he's getting a divorce. So Huma, right? So Huma is the Iranian Muslim who, counsels Clinton, right?
Okay.
Right? And so she was married to, what is Weiner's name? Anthony
Weiner, yeah.
So Anthony Weiner, right? And he's got this thing about, tweeting. So he has a different, thank God, CNN edits his tweets. Right, because his tweets involve photographs, right? But anyway, so Huma announced her divorce from
Weiner.
Yeah, Weiner.
And now is this today?
Today, it was like breaking news, right?
Why do you?
She said it was a hard decision, but yeah. And the funny thing is, she's fairly attractive. Right, so she's one of the few attractive, leftists. And trust me, she ain't wearing a burqa. So when Sharia law comes, she's not wearing a burqa. She's going like, no, I'm good looking. I'm not wearing a burqa, right?
Right.
But where was I going? See, I go down these rabbit holes, man.
You usually that's like me, and you keep it on track. I think you were down two at once.
No, absolutely right. Yeah, I saw a half dozen jokes that I chose not to.
Well, we were talking about liberal women not being good looking.
So yeah. I mean, bottom line is she's not going to be.
What is he doing these days?
Well, you know what he's doing. He's doing a lot of tweeting.
Well, when you tweet, you don't get paid for tweeting. What is tweeting anyway?
Hey, Huma's working for Clinton, so that's good for a few $1 million a year. See, what always cracks me up is, so we've had two people who have done nothing but, for the most part, has been paid by the government. I mean, so did I. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he was like governor for 16 years, and she was a lawyer, right? But but when they got into public, service, he was president for 2 terms, and he gets a retirement, right? And then she was senator for 6 years,
right?
And then secretary of state for 4. So these are all public salaries,
right?
But and she said that when they left the White House, they were dead broke, but now she's worth $200 million. I'm just trying to figure out.
You can't be dead broke when you leave the White House because you're still getting a
flat broke. I misspoke. No, all the other people were dead broke. Right?
They are now. If you know her. If you know her, you don't agree with her.
I'm trying to figure out, man, what kind of retirement system is she on? Because I'm not on it as a federal government employee. $200 million in just
I know,
a few
but
years.
if you are, you need to share.
He's been out, 16 years, Bill has been out.
They make way more now than they. What does she get? 500,000 a speech?
Oh, yeah, but she donates it all to charity. Oh, but that's her charity. The Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
Right? So,
I'm going to have my own charity.
So 98% of all the donations the Clintons gave, they gave to themselves. Yeah, no, absolutely.
We're missing the boat here. Why aren't we
I
doing
know,
this?
man.
Should
And the
we
nice
start
thing
our
about
own
having
here?
your own charity is when you donate that money, it's all tax write-off, right? But then when you do stuff for the charity and the charity pays for it, then all of a sudden, you're fine first class, right? Because the charity's paying for it, right? But I didn't see the charity down in Louisiana, all those people drowning.
No.
Flooding, right?
No, and Obama went after he got done golfing at Cape Cod.
Well, he had to wait till the golf courses dried up. Right? There's no sense in wasting a good weekend.
Don't you just wonder, like, Trump went down there long before he got there.
Yeah. That was like a
I just wonder how they accepted Obama. Of course, people treat the president like they're a movie star, so whether they like him or not, if he shows up, they're going to act like they like him. Wouldn't you just love that opportunity to blast him and say, you know what, you're a little bit late, buddy.
Yeah. And, it kills me. The governor. So, was it a political stunt? Yes, right? And yes, he took advantage of, being on TV, but, he brought down tractor trailer loads full of stuff.
Trump did?
Trump did.
Okay, but he doesn't get any news coverage for anything he does.
No, almost none. And he donated $100,000 to the relief effort, right? And so, but the governor, who's a hardcore leftist Democrat, said, "Yeah, we don't want you coming down here." So he says, "No,
he doesn't
I
care
don't
about
want."
his people. He just
Absolutely right. He wants to make a political statement. I don't want your food, your water, your toys, or your $100,000. Right? I want Obama to come down and play around the golf. See, and again, the big thing is, where was Black Lives Matter through all this? So, you know why they didn't do anything down there? Because you can't burn a building down when it's 10 feet underwater. That's my gut feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't riot. Right?
Can't set anything on fire.
No, absolutely.
So he doesn't want to help his people. He'll only take the help from certain people. In the meantime, you got, people dying, no homes, no food, no water, and you're not going to take help from somebody who's willing to give it to you. That's smart. I want you for my governor.
Yeah. So apparently also, did you read this? The government stepped in to all these people that had private boats and they were just helping, evacuate people.
Right.
And you basically stopped them from doing it, had them force them to register and pay some money and all this other stuff in order to save people. Right? Because they were cutting in on the government's business and the government wasn't getting their take. Right, and so they stepped in, stopped it, and basically,
You've got to be kidding
No,
me.
that's the level of insanity.
Where did you hear that at?
Oh, it's all over the news. Yeah.
I'm surprised the news is telling that, though.
Oh, well, it's the alternate media.
Well,
No.
yeah. Right. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, they're never gonna say anything, bad about it.
They just cannot help themselves.
Let me tell you something. When I went to New York City on 9/11, I broke more laws in that process than you could possibly imagine. I mean, I led a caravan. We probably had, 20 plus vehicles, right? We drove down the New Jersey Turnpike at no less than 90 miles an hour the entire way.
Wow.
Right? I mean, and there's a bunch of us.
Right.
Right? And I had a little, I'm not even like a cop, but right on my little dash, woo, 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 I had a little light flashing.
Really?
Right? Then I had two other ones behind me, and I think maybe everybody had it, right? But our organization had called ahead and said, hey, there's a whole bunch of vehicles coming. They're going to be coming really, really fast. Let them go. I passed more cop cars than you could possibly imagine.
And they didn't?
No. Didn't do a thing, right? I mean, there's times to enforce the law and there's times
absolutely. Let's,
at that time, people don't even get it now. The fear of the unknown at the time, right? What could happen next? What else is going to happen next, right? And that's why we were down there. It was very much a joint, U.S. government, response, right? The amazing thing is, without going into a lot of detail, I didn't go to the Pentagon for a reason, right? I went to New York City, because again, there were a bunch of bad people there as well, right? So.
Bad business.
No, absolutely. Now, what else is going on, locally? Anything going on in town? Well, so let's talk about it. Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about it.
What are we talking about?
Stevens.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get, and so I'm just going to let you talk about it, because to be honest with you, I knew the guy, we chatted a few times and a bunch of other stuff, but I really didn't know him. So go ahead and tell us, you don't have to get, too deep, but just, tell us the basics, right? 'Cause I do think maybe
so many
people locally in
loved
Lovettsville.
him. Yeah, Michael Stephenson, manager at Creek's Edge Winery.
But now he was at Mad Horse.
Previous co-owner at
I thought he was doing
Mad
both
Horse.
there for a while.
Well, he did both for a while.
Okay.
And then Creek's Edge is overwhelming as a manager,
right.
so I think
Sure.
he sold his half of.
Oh.
But all I can say is everybody loved him.
Yeah.
He was
an artist.
He was
right?
an artist,
sung,
musician,
right? A musician?
songwriter, musician, military, Army, Green Beret.
Yeah.
I think he was about 48, late 40s.
Yeah.
He, what he was? He was the movie. When movies make their main character as a man, and the man is a man's man,
right,
yet he's
right.
perceptive and intuitive and just kind and giving and a communicator. And how many men like that exist? Do you know many?
Yeah, just besides me.
But besides yourself. But that was Michael. Handsome, a man's man, but a perceptive, feeling individual.
Yeah. I'd only been in Mad Horse. I'd probably been in Mad Horse maybe a grand total of 3 times.
That's same here. The only reason I went was because I was just supporting him.
Yeah.
I'm not a beer drinker.
I'm just not like. I just think the concept of going to a bar is strange.
It's a bar/restaurant.
No, yeah.
Not as big a restaurant.
Yeah, the slash on the restaurant's way off. So.
Yeah.
But I'm just not like a boozer kind of guy. Right?
Yeah, no.
But I did go in there a few times to actually talk to him. Yeah, he seemed like that kind of a guy.
Just the loveliest person. He put friendship above everything else.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, when you're running, and I think a bar, or two of them in this case, right, is an extension of that personality, right? So you want to, make people feel comfortable. You want to host. You want to entertain. What better way to do it?
His goal was to make Creek's Edge a community oriented, and he was well on his way to doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know there's a lot of people that go to Mad Horse, because he started.
He started it, yeah.
But I realize I've never been to, what's it called, Creek's Edge? I've never been there. Yeah.
I don't think I can go again.
But I know. But now, just for clarity, though, so the bottom line is, the gentleman killed himself, right? And so do you think it had anything to do with him being a vet? So we talk about the prevalence of suicide among vets. Right, so you never know what the driver is, and I don't want to get into the details, so you can just answer yes or no. Do you think it's related to, service, or do you think this is maybe somewhat unrelated?
Well, this is what I said to my friend Bonnie. We can only speculate because we don't know.
Yeah.
But my thing is, how can you have, if there was another reason, how can you have one without the other? What he went through was he lost friends, he saw his friends die, so we can only speculate. But my thing is, it put a real reality on the 22 that kill themselves every day, veterans. What are we addressing? Are we helping them? What are we missing here?
And you heavily support veterans. And tell us a little bit about that organization.
Coalition to Salute America's Heroes does a lot of fundraising for post 9/11 veterans. Yeah. For people just like him, whether they have PSD, whether they need a bill paid. Adjustments made to their home, job training, whatever they can do, they try to do for them. Even as far as getting not just financial assistance, but therapy if they need it. They'll try to get you in touch with the the right people, almost like a social worker would do if you were admitted to a hospice or something. But like I said, we don't know why, but if that was the reason, it really, it's one thing to know the fact that, 22 veterans a day killed themselves.
But to know one that actually did.
It just means, we have to do something. Yeah. These people gave their lives, whether over there or back here, for us to be comfortable and happy and what are we doing to prevent this?
Yeah. The thing is, as with anybody that's in that situation, right, it ultimately is, in the end, I think anyway, and I'm not trying to be like, some psychologist or something, but, you get to that point where you lack hope and you're in despair.
Right.
Right. And, nobody, I mean, I can't fathom doing it for any other reason, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense,
I know.
And so, when you get to that point, and the reality is, so Lovettsville's a fairly tight little community, right? And, dang, I am dumbfounded when I hear about that, because we've had some other, suicides here in Lovettsville as well, right? Again, I go from never knowing anybody ever, and there were some, grown dads and stuff, and I can't fathom any situation that puts you in such despair, right, and no hope, where you get to that point, right? And so everybody, can handle, stuff differently. But, I mean, there's always, I can't believe for a second there's not somebody somewhere who could, who they couldn't reach out to, or maybe somebody, could have, intervened, had seen them somehow, right, upset or whatever, right, and that's why, when we see people, potentially at risk, I mean, we really need to, we need to risk on it. We need to risk our friendship with these people.
You know what? That's exactly right. Right. If we. Exactly. I mean, but how do we? There is.
So I didn't know him long enough.
September. Oh man, Bonnie would kill me. There's. It's actually in the Loudon Hoot and Holler Gazette. That's what my husband calls it. But there's a Oh, she's gonna kill me. What's it called? But there's a. Oh my goodness, it's coming up. It's in the paper, and. Why can't I think of what it's called? But anyway, they're going to have...
It's something. It's called something.
Here in Loudoun County. Look it up. It's out there. And actually, if we think of it... we'll have
scroll it across.
Scroll it. Yeah, right. I wish. But they're going to have a suicide education, suicide awareness. Because what do we... How do you risk your friendship? What do you say? And the thing... This is what I think, too, is that, when you lay down at night, even there's... Your wife is probably the person you're closest to. My husband is my best friend, my everything. Right. But they can't get in your deepest core. No one can. Yeah. Only you can fit in there. Yeah. And so even though there may be help out there, and I'm sure he had to have known how people felt about him. I mean, we all were all over him. And there was nobody I've ever met that... There was no prejudice with him, man. He hugged, man, and he'd hug you as a woman. If he, there was no handshake with Michael. He flat out hugged you. Just the loveliest individual. But no one can get that deep. Only he could be in there, and only he can know. And all I can say is, man, buddy, we love you and we miss you. And
and if anybody's watching this, and I'll tell you a story about my little article here.
Okay, well, don't let me forget. Stay in that rabbit hole. But we have a fundraiser for him if you want to bring in cash or checks to Lovettsville Style and Shave to get a veteran's brick for him in honor of him for here at the Lovettsville Veterans Memorial and as well as at the Marine Corps Museum. So if you want to donate to that, please do and bring it into the shop. Or they can bring it to you if they want to. But bring it here. Yeah. We've got a container for it. So anyway, go ahead.
No, that's that's amazing, right? No, what I was going to say is there's a lot of people. Actually, if there's one person that watches this video and gets this out of it, right? Because I'm going to tell you a story about an article here in just a second, so don't let me forget.
Okay.
Because I'll be down this rabbit hole and I forgot the article, right? But if there's anybody out there, I know I have quite a few people that come into my store and it has nothing to do with guns, right? They come in to talk. Right, and the reality is, and I think probably in your line of business here as well, you have people that just want to talk. I'll also say in general, right? But the funny thing about my store, it's small and it's sort of small. And so people come in, and I've gotten some anonymous letters, to me that were all positive, but people having concerns. I've had some people drop by and express some concerns, right? And the funny thing is, sometimes I portray myself as something other than I'm not, right? Just being hard ass.
You're just a bit soft.
But the reality is, people come in, we have these little chats and things, right? And so I can't believe for a second, if you need some help, that you can't find a friend or go to someone that's close to you, or you can come to my store, Minuteman Arms, right? Or you can come over here.
Come to me.
There's no sense in sort of suffering, alone and in silence and things like that, right? I mean, I think in the reality, we can.
And sometimes, I know as a hospice nurse, when the nurse came in and even though you were a support system, you weren't a known entity like other family members are.
Right.
So that objectivity, or maybe that pressure of not having a relationship, makes it easier to.
No, absolutely. I mean, sometimes you just want to, you don't want people who know you to know who you are. Right?
Yeah.
And so, just coming in. But I mean,
I don't know if I want to know who you are.
No, absolutely.
Anyway, I'm sure there's people out there that can help, so reach out for help.
Yeah. Well, my wife tells me that when she thinks I can't get any more shallow, that somehow I manage to drain even more water out of the pool.
I like her. I mean, I need her. What the heck?
Yeah, so let me tell you about my article.
Okay, the article.
So I write this article. So a number of years ago, I wrote a testimony and I gave it to our church.
Okay.
Right? And what I did was I took part of that testimony and I published it in the paper. Right, that was my article for the week.
Okay,
and,
cool.
And the title of it's off the Christmas letter that a kid wrote to the editor of a newspaper, right? And it was called "Yes, Virginia, There Is a God," right? And so my testimony was too big for the article or the page count. So so I cut it down and I left out some of the little exemplars, but I talked about really the true point, right? Yes, there is a God, right? And so again, the thing is, it starts out, yes, Virginia, there is a God, and it ends in that as well. So sure enough, I have somebody contact me on Facebook who said, hey, just to let you know, that article hit the chord for me. I was where you were, right, when all this happened, right? She said, I cut the thing out, which is in my article. She says she carries it in her purse, which was in my article. I carried this whole thing around for years. And she said, hey, by the way, my name is Virginia.
That's
right. So as far as I'm concerned, I wrote that article for one person. I don't care. Anybody else read it. Exactly. I don't care if people just read it and go like, what the hell? Right.
Right.
It resonated to the one woman whose name was Virginia, who was going through the same thing and did the same thing I did.
That's why you wrote the articles for her.
No, absolutely. I like it.
It's just like they say, even if you change one person's life.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
And so,
now we're getting all sentimental.
No, absolutely. So again, if we got some people out there, you got some troubles, man. Everybody's got
find somebody. Right? Seriously, everybody has. Yeah.
I know every once in a while. I get irritated.
We try to keep him under.
No, absolutely. And my wife said, hey, you need to get off the Monday thing and do a Saturday haircut. Right? She said, why don't you go up there and have her cut your hair on Monday?
Why won't my hair stand up like that? I try to get my hair.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's lopsided. It grows like this grows at an angle.
I have to say, it is the oddest head of hair almost I've ever seen, and that's a compliment, of course.
It's a transplant. I just had the whole scalp transplant.
You need a new physician.
No, absolutely. But anyway, so we're into 47 minutes.
Yeah, we're like close. Right there.
Yeah, yeah. So we really didn't talk that much about the politics. We talked about some other stuff.
Yeah, we were all over.
I think we were. Yeah, but
anyway, again, if you want to donate towards Michael's brick, please do and bring it in.
So let's talk about real quick before we sign off. Why the hell are we doing this?
Because we want to be on WMAL someday.
Because we're going to be on the radio program at some point.
Right.
So the goal is we're going to have a radio program. Have we said this before?
I think we have.
I think we have. Yeah. So this is just another.
Like someday you'll be able to call in and we'll have a call screener.
This will be it's just another little arrow in the quiver to to audition tapes.
Yeah.
Right.
They're really going to want you.
It's going to be the dynamic duo.
Right.
Right. I mean, to me, it's always. I mean, one of the reasons I like Larry and Brian in the morning is because they play
the conversation. Yes, they do.
So, and I like all the other guys, but the bottom line is Mark Levin.
Well, you have the dynamics of personalities and a communication between the two of them because I love it when they disagree with each other. They don't cut each other any slack.
I know.
I really like that.
Yeah, and so I think you and I, our synergy together actually would make a fairly decent radio program. Yeah, and if we had a producer,
time off to study really hard to get as smart as he is.
Yeah, if we had a producer, then they could feed us material on a more timely basis.
Right.
So
all you have to do is, what is it? Think it or dream it, think it. Whether there's something, it can happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm reading this book called The Eventual Millionaire.
Yeah.
Not that I necessarily want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Well, I do that too. But it kind of gets you
That's
on a
lot of
goal
haircuts.
towards. Oh my God.
So let's talk
That's
about
my
it. Let's
life.
talk about that. Let's say you wait. How much is a haircut? How much is just my haircut?
Yours is $24.
$24. So let's just say $30, right?
Yeah.
Just make the
Right, by
math
the time you
easier.
tip, yeah.
Yeah. So $30, into me, and that's 30,000 haircuts, and that's not even expenses. So that comes out
Right, so that's
900,000.
probably not
So
happening.
30,000 haircuts with no expenses. And so, how many haircuts can you do a day?
Maybe, let's see. So
10?
if I work 10 hours a day, every half hour.
Every half hour. So that's
So 30
20.
times, that's like only.
Right. Well, let's say you do 30 haircuts.
Okay.
Let's just say that you're crazy
Okay.
because you're working 18 haircuts.
All right.
So that's 1,000 days worth of haircuts. Right. And if you
I'm
work,
really in the wrong business.
Yeah,
It
I mean
really
that's
been giving
3
me some
years. You can
dismal
be a
thoughts
millionaire in
anymore.
3 years. You got to work. You got to do
Okay,
30
well-
haircuts a day, 3 years straight. 30
Is that
bucks.
minus
Pay no
rent, minus
taxes.
all my
Pay no
pay?
taxes. I mean, nobody else does, right?
Right.
If you're on the left, Alan
don't have to.
Sharpton
You
hasn't
get out of
paid
it.
in forever,
Right.
right? But you can be a millionaire in 3 years doing haircuts.
Not paying taxes.
Well,
and then
yeah.
guess what? I'll be in the Loudoun County Jail.
No,
cut my
that's
own
right.
hair
And you'll
on a
get
Wednesday.
free room and board.
Free room and board.
Yep.
You
Okay,
know- Do you know what I've had in the last 3 days? 3 watermelons in 2 days. Everybody, go get a watermelon at the farm market. They have the best watermelons.
I think
I eat one an
watermelons
evening.
are the most vile
They're delicious.
substance known to man.
A watermelon?
A watermelon.
Oh my gosh,
It is
I could live off of them.
hideous
How
in
so?
taste and texture.
A watermelon?
Yes, I am dumbfounded when sane people actually eat it and go, "Ooh, this is so good." It is
Oh my
vile.
God, it's delicious.
It is vile.
It's so cool and refreshing. I go and I lop the top off, just like I'd lop your head off right there.
Hey, do you ever put a cork in it and put like a fruit juice in there? I mean, sometimes people do that, right?
You know what? I could pour vodka down there if I drank a lot.
People do that.
But no, then I get a big old spoon and I sit down and watch a game. And I eat it down all the way to the bottom.
Oh, just
And
such
then
a
you're
nasty.
like, oh, it's delicious.
Any kind of melon, right?
You don't like melon?
Cantaloupe,
Okay,
but
there's something
watermelon
with you.
is the worst.
Really?
I mean, I can gag down a piece of cantaloupe if it's inadvertently in my salad, right? But the nanosecond watermelon touches my tongue, it's like projectile.
That's so strange, isn't it?
It is just nasty.
What is your favorite food?
Normally, whatever's just in front of me.
A stick of watermelon.
Ooh, I
for
like
you
this.
next time. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And again, come in and donate for Michael Stevenson's 2 bricks.
Yeah.
One here in Lovettsville and one at the Marine Corps
And come
Museum.
back and come in if you need a chat.
Yeah. Not
Right?
that we're therapists, but we'll find
you
somebody.
should never feel alone, right?
Yeah.
Or be lonely.
Because we may act like we don't care, but we care.
No, absolutely right.
No joke.
Yeah. So with that said, again, today is August 29th,
2016.
2016.
Till next Monday.
Till next Monday, God bless.
Cheers. I'm Warner Workman.
And I'm Darcy Shika.
Till next time.
Till next time. See you later. Whoop. Okay, let's see if I can turn this thing off right this time.
Oh, yeah, with that.
Yeah, so I think what's happening is